Greetings. Thank you for joining me here again at the Oxbow in the village down by the river. And always grateful to have you here for the series. This is the next morning. We're on day 3 of spring, and I had made a significant mistake when I did my initial recording. So I had to end up redoing it because, oh my, was it a significant mistake. So to get you caught up on this before I tell you what that awful error was, over in the night I did a bunch of digging up a clay. So I went up into the area that's past here on the hill where the boars are, dug up as much clay as I could, went into the mine, got as many resources as I could, and I just made a bunch of items. I made clay vases for decoration with the clay, since I figured that'll be a thing I'll actually make use of later, and I just need to get the skill raised at this point. You'll also see that we still have animal feed to distribute. What it did is it's already in the storage shed, and what I did is I double checked to see that if it's not storage shed, sorry, the resource storage. Since it's in the resource storage, it will automatically go into the feeding the animals when the worker starts their day. Now, in the process of doing the recording, what's the thing that happened that was a big error? Okay, well, the thing that happened that was a really big error, and oh my, really, really big error, was I was changing a work location for someone, and I pressed X, but I pressed X at the wrong place to press X. Because if you choose to press X when navigating here, the person's kicked out of your village. I just, well, apparently tired brain and just not thinking, I thought I was in the screen where I can reassign and do it properly. So, my goodness, was that a silly thing to do. And obviously I don't want to lose 2 villagers, that's significant. So for the fishing hut, we are going to assign someone. This is another thing I was going to do. We only have one person that's any good at fishing, and we're going to get him started on it. Now, I did a little back and forth thinking about this, and I looked at the percentages. Oops, wrong one. That's fish meat. Oh, it will not let me directly go straight to catch fish. I do have to actually catch fish first. I see. So that's the trick. Perch, if you get roaches 1 meat. So 1 fish meat per roach costs me 7%. If I want to get 4 fish meat, then I need to have 22% on a perch. Now, does that work out well? Let's see here. Perch comes out at 4 at 22%. Roach comes out at, I can call that one at 6%. They're pretty darn close. However, this would be multiplied by 4, giving me 24, so perch appears to be ever so slightly more efficient. So we're going for that. So in that case, we want to get a few perch going. Now that's unfortunate. I remember in the past you could just select get fish meat, and that was just it. So with perch, we're going to need to have him process them, but he'll need to catch them. I may just assume that we'll see what happens in due time and see what 20% gets us. And then just max out the rest on fish. Just get all the fish. Get as much as you can. I'm guessing it won't take too long for us to get a decent amount. Let's see what that does for us. And then as far as crafting dried fish meat is concerned, yeah, I'm going to do those stacks myself. Alrighty, that should do that. Now, the other thing that's worth considering, we're real close technology-wise. As far as production is concerned, look at that, right on the edge. We are going to have the smithy in a moment's notice. It's going to be nice. I also did a quick price comparison, which was really obvious after, in hindsight, after just being like, wait, duh? Look at that. And so here's the duh moment, which is rye grain sells for 4, right? So rye grain sells for 4. If I have 100 rye grain, I will get 400 coin. Well, when you take rye grain and process it into flour, you don't get it at 2 to 1, which is why wheat is better. But you do still get it at 1.5 to 1. So you're still getting more items to sell, and they sell for 4, which means if I'm getting more and it sells for 4, obviously that's the better go. Skilled rider lets me have less stamina consumption. Orchardman, I want to get to this because I really do want to have awesome orchards in time. And as far as this is concerned, yeah, it's all about the carry capacity. Which brings us to the next thought. This is not where the donkey shelter is going to be. It is not at all. We are going to go and get us a donkey today. That is the goal. Now, obviously, I would normally say, oh, and I don't even know where the donkeys are at. Because, right, I didn't know. So I had to make a guess, and I did happen to guess correctly, which was kind of the entertaining thing of, will I guess correctly and will I find it? And if I didn't have to reload and redo, you would have watched that whole thing about me happening to guess right. And you probably already know what's that. Anyway, it's down here in Skauki. That's a great pronunciation, I'm sure. I'm sure there's no mistakes in that at all. No. And we will now be heading into town with vast amounts of things. Oh, I got some manure on me and a rod on me. And a ton of straw. We're about to have our production unlock. It's just going to happen. I need to have this in the barn storage because the barn is where you process your rots. So let's do that. Our poo and fertilizer makers. That being the case, let's see. I think we'll go down and make some more hats. Let's go make some hats. Get some straw out of my inventory. And then it's going to be time to finish the crow quest. You missed some fun shots. You also missed some bad shots, go figure. I mean, that's kind of par for the course at this point, right? So, the last shot was a great one. The crow was just sitting in the bushes, and I didn't absolutely know where it was, and I did the inspect mode just to verify where it was roughly. And sure enough, just direct hit. Last crow. Done. It was very satisfying. Then it was off to get the quests completed, and that's where we're going to be here shortly. I don't need that right now. And I also don't need to carry a shovel around. Who am I kidding? That is the case. We are ready. Don't need to be carrying around all these bags. Honestly, I'm not sure why I think that I need to do that, because they're just sitting here in the inventory, taking up space, making it harder on me. I don't want to get rid of those yet. I want to put those in my inventory once I get back to the home. And as far as straw is concerned, pay attention, man. There we go. As far as the straw is concerned, I don't need this whole stack. Just do not need this whole stack. I'm pretty confident that I have linen fabric back in here. We'll make a few more hats before we leave. That'll sell for a decent amount of money, and they're fair for getting some skill unlocks. Not the best, it's just something. Gets us more coins. We will come out of this. The flower is going to be the payoff. And again, that was the whole reason why I wanted all of those fields converted over last fall. It's just so worth it. Get to resources. We'll drop our straw in here. That's not going to take up too much of inventory space, and I will end up using it later. At this point, we could use a quick bite. The poor character can use some food every once in a while. Made all these soups and all these pottages. Since you can make stacks, since I'm making stacks now, having fast crafting on is so much better. No joke, it's the best. So really happy with that, because it just makes everything so much quicker, and it's not necessary to watch all the scenery. Here I am taking a drink of water, but soup restores water, so let's go. Alright, it is time. It is time to go to town, finish the crow quest, finish up some things, get us a donkey, and then head back to do some building. This region, we're going to be real close on fertilizer. I would very much like to have been better off on it. I think my bin's empty. It is, and it's what it is. Let's move on. Time to finish things up. If we're real close on our fields, it's good enough. Let's get what we can out of the season without having to do too much running back and forth, and just be good with it. The spacebar works this time. In the last video, I was definitely sitting there questioning the whole time, like, what is up with my spacebar? It works sometimes. It doesn't work sometimes. Very puzzling. Oh, I thought I had it. Alrighty, let's get the next one then. There we go. Alright, where's my arrow? Where'd my arrow go? Okay, so that one broke down. Alright, let's get you, Monsignor Crow. And then it is onward to more crow shooting. I've got a pokey thing for you. Alrighty, doesn't look like we're going to get more here, and there's usually a lot of them by the village down here at Piaslovia. I was saying in the previous video, the whole reason why I'm not looking up where things are is when I first played Medieval Dynasty, like way back, right, in the valley, I remember how much fun it was just to wander around and be like, whoa, holy cow, look at this cool area that I could totally build a village in. Or, oh, I didn't know this was a quick way to get from here to here. And also I'm hunting things in the way that I really wanted to get, like boars at the time. They were really easy to get leather out of. They still are. Deer were always tricky until you got the bow. Not fun hunting deer with spears. I remember the early hunting with the wooden spear before unlocking the technology just being so awful for doing the deer quest. As it would be so entertaining to try to get that first hit. The spears usually bounced right off, even if it was a headshot, and it was just so frustrating. Actually, thinking back, I think the spears all stuck in the initial version. And then it was later on that they added the fact that it may not stick. And that was kind of interesting, right? Like, it was interesting to have that effect. And I enjoy it because, just because you throw a spear at something doesn't mean it automatically sticks. And honestly, I'm guessing wooden spears are really hard to make work in real life. You were the one. So we got this villager on the way into town because I want her for the extraction skill. I want her to be helping us out in our village as an extractor. And, handy thing, is that we have a young man here about the same age as her, and they can be in love. We will also need a worker at the donkey shed. Now, is she the right worker for the job? No, but the problem I have right now is that I assigned him to be the lumberjack, and I'm going to need to have another extraction type building in that area, and it will be, I'm going to do an extraction shed because I want to start getting to the limestone portion of our upgrades, the installation. And limestone takes a long time, and I don't want to do it as the main character because it does not give you a lot of limestone per crack at those stone walls. And it's not the job I want to do. I want to be building the village up, so I want them to be doing these things. I want them to be automating us to getting resources. It's time to find the crows again. There we are, I'm on the right track. But it's also important to be sure I'm not missing things hiding in the bushes. Like that. That's okay, we can come back. We got time, crow. I got time. Oops, I want to slow down a pinch. Bonk. Gotcha. Catch that arrow. Good catch. Oh no, I did the thing where I don't grab the arrow right away. No! Yay, lucky. Maybe when it's just one arrow, it's more likely for you to get it back. Not sure. That's worth thinking about and checking out. I see you up there. And I was too busy watching you, and I didn't notice that there was you. You. Unstoppable you. Alrighty, more crows, then out of here, get donkey, go back to village, build things up, see how far we can get in this day, and then start actually decorating the darn place. That's one of the things that I'm looking forward to, is right now I have a whole lot of not decorated villages going on, and I want to get them looking more lively and real. That's one of the fun things to do in the game, right? Another crow. Oh, well, I'm not sure how I was going to see that one, honestly, so I won't fault myself for missing that one. That was in the bushes. There was no way I was going to see that unless I happened to be holding down the button for inspect mode at the time. It's what it is. And I am willing to give myself grace on making mistakes. I hope you are too when you're playing. And obviously that's just, why not? We're here for the fun, right? Mistakes will be made. I mean, I just had to re-record an entire video. Mistakes are made. Ugh. Having to go back and get those two villagers, no. It was not even a question. I had made another mistake in the middle of the... getting distracted. I'm walking and talking. I had made another mistake early in the video, and I was like, oh, gee, do I just redo the video just for this whole silly mistake? The mistake was, when I got into town, I happened to rapid click F, so I bought two things that ultimately I did want, but I didn't have enough money to be able to travel home from the village. Couldn't hire the wagoneer to bring me back, and it was like, oh dang it, now I have to make a bunch of knives and all this stuff, or I have to sell the very thing I just bought just so I can go back. And it took extra time, and it seemed silly, and it just, I don't know, it was an unnecessary mistake and an unfortunate annoyance, if anything. And I was debating whether I'd just restart or not. Well, me going into my village and telling people to go live somewhere else was certainly a good reason for me to do that. I blame the fact that I have a tired brain right now. Oh well, we'll wake up soon enough. It'll be nice anyway, since now I can do some things and make less mistakes. Pigeon! I'm gonna get ya. Gotcha! No pigeon is safe. It's just me doing my civic duty now. Now the pigeons are just on my list. I see you, pigeon. I see you. Oh, 3 pigeons for the cost of 1. Now all I need are arrows with explosive devices on the end of it. Then we'll have all the pigeons. Is this unnecessary? Yes. Okay, I'll stop. Let's just get in there and get our stuff, right? Oh, Pidgey, Pidgey, Pidgey. Pidgey, 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 can't you see? I just need to vanquish the awful. I know, I'll stop.
How can I help
no
you?
more songs.
See you around.
At least for the rest of the episode. Oops. Go back, buddy. What am I forgetting to do? That's right. I'm forgetting to sell stuff.
Hello there.
Well, hi. Let's see here. You want to buy all my flour. I know you do. And you've got all the coin to do it. Now with that, that's all the money you got. Oh, hey, sorry. Hold on. My lady likes fun things. Gambling and taking risks. Yep, she'll like that. A drinking horn? That would be funny. I think... Oh, it's only for a man. Darn it. Likes to party. Done. She'll love it. Let's get her a flute. Ooh, but I need money for saddlebags. Ah, come on. It's kind of partly roleplay, right? And there we just got all of our money back, right? Haha.
Want to see my wares?
Oh, yeah. Oop. Let's do this. Got some skills. We're going for diplomacy knowledge just because I want to keep getting the skill unlocks more rapidly. You there. You're going to buy some flour too. Holy cow. I honestly think I should probably just come out of this leaving with fertilizer. You know what? Yeah. Just realized something. I'm going to go wander. I'm going to go do things. And I'm going to regret not having fertilizer on hand. So yeah, I want to make sure that when I get back to the village that I am fully stocked for them. I don't want to end the season without them finishing out those new fields. And right now they're working at it. Oh, look at all the money we're getting for this. I mean, seriously, this rye, turning rye into flour is just crushing it for us right now. I will end up buying the iron horseshoes. I don't have to right now. I'm here for the recurve bow. So what I looked at before was, is it worth just getting a new bow now? Yeah, why not? I have all the money. I have all the goods. Let's just have it in stock, ready to go later on. Oh yeah, you are not the vendor.
Good luck.
Thanks, I need it.
How can I help
You're
you,
not the vendor
sir?
too. See how much good luck I need? Can't even find my way around. There we go. Now we're finally on the part where we can sell straw hats. Perfect. Ooh, you got good money, don't you?
I've been a fan.
We'll probably end up buying fancy clothes from you someday.
Good day.
Hi there.
Nice day.
Did I just max out all of our people? There she is. Can't see him in these shadows. Right. Done. You can have a suit. You can have a bowl. Not interested in them. I don't need them. I'm not worried about feathers. I got feathers. I got feathers for days. I don't need the meat either, honestly. We got meat for days too, and we'll have more.
My wares never disappoint. Goodbye.
I agree. Never disappoint. You, sir. Do we need more fertilizer? Yeah. And why am I buying fertilizer and not manure, you may ask? Because when I get back to the new village, we don't have a spot for it, right? I don't actually have a barn in the new village yet, and that's one of the things that's going to be addressed. It's one of those things that's going to be taken care of. We do need a barn in the village. You shall be spared, pigeons. You shall be spared.
Hello there.
I do need a ride. I would love to get to Skokie? Skokie? I love this area. It's pretty. It's gorgeous. I love it built into the river. There's a nice waterfall in the distance there. I love the valley look too, or the rocky, canyony look. Gorgeous. So fun. Now, before, I had to run all the way up this hill because I didn't know if the donkeys were even here. And for some reason, the spacebar wasn't working, so I'm not jumping. And I climb all the way up to the top just to look for where the donkeys are. Get way up to there, look down. Sure enough, there's the donkey shelter. I was so excited. And then I did a tumble down the rocks. It was good fun. Didn't get hurt, so that was pretty fortunate. Alrighty, now I bought both donkeys. We'll just get a male and a female. I could buy you for half the cost, but I'm apparently Mr. Big Money today.
Hello.
I'm Mr. Big Shot. I got the cash. Let's buy you some horseshoes, one large saddlebag. Did I buy all 4 saddlebags? Were there 4? No, it was 4 weight is what it was. Now I need a saddle, of course. We have saddlebags. We have a saddle. We have horseshoes. We are set.
Price is so low. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You're wonderful. And now we need animal feed. I don't have a barn where I'm about to go. Not having a barn where I'm about to go is going to set us back a little bit.
The price is so low.
Luckily, I really don't care at this point because I have so much money. It's just, I'm carrying all these coins that are probably dripping out of my pockets when I'm walking, just like falling one by one. Drop and drop and drop, 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 like water. Luckily, we don't have to worry about reality, where I'm carrying a silly amount of money on my person, which means I certainly am dropping coins everywhere. Or I have a big chest that's just floating above me as I carry it along. Or a pouch of holding. We're going to go here, even though Astoya is almost closer. It's hard to tell. I need to figure out where the Wagoneer is exactly in Astoya. The reason I say that is, here, check it out. Here we are between these two. There to there. Oh, well, that's what it is, the Wagoneer. There we go. So if I do the really crafty using my fingers to measure, it's basically the exact same distance. But going to Pistovia, and this Wagoneer only cost me 140 coins out of my massive pocket than Astoya, which is over 200. So no. We will definitely come here. And yeah, we're a little over capacity, but we also need to be sure that we get this fertilizer home. We need to get those fields done, and I have a very limited amount of time before my workers decide that it's the end of the day and it's time to party. And they party wild, I'll tell you what. Standing by the water, sitting in a log by the campfire. We don't even have any wine yet. Someday down the road. That's the thing that I found was interesting with a change they made to the valley area over time. Early in the game, like way early in the game, you could build tavern level 1, and it was like an unlock. There was a tavern level 1, it was really open air type thing. It had stick sides, and of course it had the straw roof. And it was not able to do the crafting of booze at the time, so no wines, no nothing like that. Not even juice. There we are. Got the unlock. We're on it. And here's our valley. We're already home. I do love this area. It's going to be fun. And I might even try to expand a secondary settlement over there. We'll see what we get to. Farming will be here. I've got to decide where the barn will be. I want it to make sense. And I also want it to be close enough that we can have fields in this area on the hill, since I don't want to waste that space on houses, since the houses will be better suited in a flat region. I do love the natural look of this place. This is really going to be fun. Getting back here, we gotta cross that stream, and that's what I'm talking about, right there. I would like to rethink this village and have a stone bridge somewhere, so that we can actually think about there being an industrial section here that brings in attention from areas and can handle wagons. Right now, that bridge over there looks more like a footbridge, so it's kind of got a little bit of suspended disbelief, if you will. There we go. Done. Okay, it is time. It is time to build a new smithy. Let's go put it over here, and I'm kidding. What you do is you go over to the building, you put the smithy number 2 on it, you click, and then you upgrade. I am so happy that that was pointed out to me, so thank you. And it's nice to save the time and effort and not have to waste a bunch of time building a whole new building. Now, if I wanted to move that thing, sure, then great. That's a fantastic reason to rebuild it, right? Like, that's a fantastic reason if I needed to, but I don't. I'm good to go. I like my placement. I'm okay with it. We're going to need a little more planks than we currently have. So, sorry, I'm going to need to use that there, buddy. You're the best. Let's get... Oops. I wanted to get 8, but I slipped a bit and got 9. I think we'll live. I can always get more logs. I now have 3 woodworkers, so that means I have 3 lumberjacks. Sorry, I said woodworkers. I have 3 lumberjacks going, which means we're getting logs at a nice pace, but we're also going to be going through axes at a fairly nice pace. It is what I need the most of, though. In order to build up this village, you need logs. You need logs, you need lots of logs, and you need more logs. And you need stones to some degree, but you need logs. Oh, that was too short. Should have gone with 10. Let's see here. Do I actually have some? Perfect. I have planks already. Let's finish this off. At this point, we're now capable of building bronze tools, and that's just exactly where I want to be. That's going to make a big difference. That's going to be a huge creature comfort for us as far as making tools and not having to purchase tools anymore. And I have quite the stock of bronze at this time. 23 here and more in the smithy back in the main village. I never filled my buckets with water. Now I did a thing just to double check because I wanted to know before I started just dropping things into locations. Oops, I want to be in management here. For water, we're great on food, obviously you can see. For water, we're over twice as much, which is great. However, when I did some quick research, which you may already know, and if you know, that's cool, no worries. But if you don't already know, when you fill water buckets, if they go into the resource storage, they don't count as water towards these needs. They don't count towards water that your villagers need. They count as water buckets that I believe can be used by buildings, not by the villagers. So when I did that, I just wanted to double check and be sure I had it right. Sure enough, they don't actually count in the resource storage for consumption by peoples, but they do when it comes to consumption by building. With that, let's do some thinking here. I mean, I already have that plan for what's going on up in the hill. And I think that between the hunter's cabin and the herbalist hut, that's going to be really cool. And it's going to be really fun to look at and look down upon this area from. You've just got to be kidding me. I mean, do I just take the shots? No. But also, if I want to expand this village, if I want to be doing more, then it's time to get to work, right? It's time to get this place looking good. We are going to be, pardon me on that one, I'm probably not going to build full-scale houses. I have never really found a great use in building houses, just because they're so much bigger, and yeah, they give them more happiness, but you put the insulation on the simple houses, and your villagers are they're doing fine. They're doing quite well. The full-scale houses, I just don't know. We will end up doing it. I will build some full-scale houses. We'll build like a different region out here that'll be kind of like the upper region. The fancies. The Hamptons of our area. Is that even right? Oh well. Let's get some more stones because all the foundations are stones. And yeah, I could go back to the thing. Oh, I got daisies, not stones. Darn it. Speaking of which, I do think I should probably get that herbalist hut. And I forgot to get villagers while I was at the town. On to next season, we will be getting villagers. Looks like we just found priority 1. As I was saying, we'll be rebuilding these small, simple houses. And by all means, give thoughts on that. I know that y'all are going to give feedback on that, and you're going to have some insights, and I'm going to be like, oh, dude, right, duh. So thank you in advance for the things you're going to point out, because I do love the insights. And maybe I am missing something with the houses, right? Maybe it is enough that it's worth it, and their production increases by a significant enough amount. My trick with that is that I know I'm going to have vast numbers. So in a lot of ways, my issue with needing more resources is kind of solved by having huge amounts of villagers, vast collections of villagers, which is fine, right? There we go. Our next house, we're making kind of like this ring around. Now, I'm not building down into here because I'm going with that idea about, floodplains, right? At some point during these seasons, it probably does rise up. We don't see a lot of evidence of floodplaining to this level. I'm going to just say out loud and pretend like it's true. Love that. Love it. But also, obviously, noting that there's really no way to see that. We'll want to have another house down here, or I may even consider just having a congregating area down here. We do have the common zone, and I want to have that common zone here into here. And I do believe that our barn is going to end up being right over there. So as I look at this, I see I do have a little bit of room here to build a house across and behind. Because I do like the idea of us having some back-to-back, some little like walk-through areas. Oops, that's the wrong kind. There's a big difference between the small simple house and the simple house. A big difference. Let's go here. Now, spacing-wise, that's a key. Oh, haha. Silly, silly. What are you doing? There we go. We got that. I think we'll use this tree as a marker. We're going to have a walkway that comes through here, and then we'll have a front yard area right about there. And I think I like the idea of that tree being a part of the front yard. Now that does mean that we are starting to encroach on where I want to have my common area. And I don't know about the future of these two trees. I think they're going to end up being in the way of what I want to do. And also, nobody would leave a tree this close to their house that's leaning and possibly has no future. So we'd probably be tearing that one down in the future. Anyhow, just because nobody wants a tree landing on their house, right? I mean, it's not ideal. I think what we'll do is continue this pattern. So we'll have this sweep out here and at an angle. I might end up having to replace that one just because I don't like the angle on it. Let's check. That's okay. It might be better to go sharper just because I want it to make a turn here. And maybe that might be the kind of idea, is that we're having a walkway into our common area by the river, not in the center of the town area. Thoughts to be had. Thoughts to be had. I'm happy with the placement of the first one. I'm also happy with the placement of this one. I think that we'll do okay here. Will we eventually have a fishing hut here? I don't think so. I think we have no reason to build a fishing hut here, and I think it'd look a little silly. I did a little research on building the dock back in the main village. It is going to happen. I'm going to build that dock, but I'm going to have to be so careful about the placement on it. The goal is going to be to take 2 fishing huts, one close to the edge of the water, one deeper into the water, and then join them with planks as best as possible so that I can have what looks like a dock going out. Does it look right-ish? It's pretty close. It's not bad. So I will work on that one in due time. For now, I want to get us in a spot where we have more going on in this village than we currently do. Obviously, also want to start getting things online for our workers in this zone. It's going to be summer. Summer is not the most important time for planting. It will be a convenient time to take advantage of the fact that cabbage can be planted that second time in the summer. In the summertime, yeah. We'll probably do a little bit of that because it is worth it for the rot, at least. Can it be worth it for the pottage? Sure. But it's definitely worth it for the rot. Bonk. Bonk. There we are. Did I get all of it stoned up? It's all stoned up. There we go. Internal frame. Stone, stone. Nope. There we go. Stone, 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 stone. Log. Alrighty. Just for the carry capacity side of the deal. Alrighty. There we go. As I had stated, these 2 trees don't have a future. I do like the idea of the village being built into the woods, but this doesn't make sense. So we will get rid of you. I will need to bring a shovel next time. Ah! Ha ha! You didn't get me, buddy. We'll bring a shovel over here and get these later. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed! There we are. We'll pull those out as we go. Should be fine. Donk. 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 Okay. Next step is it's time to get a donkey and start walking resources over and finishing things. You there. First donkey that I see. You're the donkey I'm going to ride. So let's get some things on you. Iron horseshoes are a big deal. And I think I need to equip them. We're gonna discover how to do that correctly. It's been a while, right? It's been a while. Saddle up, okay. There you go. And then we ride. Huzzah! Okay, now you there, donkey, donkey. I want to switch over to your inventory, and then I want to equip by pressing F, and then I want to equip by pressing F. Bam! I did remember it properly. Fantastic. Plus 45 kilograms weight limit. Is it worth it? Yeah. This thing's carrying 85. And the cheap thing to do is that, let's see if this trick still works. We'll get off to the donkey. Actually, what am I doing? I need to be way over here. Come here, you donkey. Come on over. Nice and slow and steady. I want you real close to this chest right here. That's good work. Because what's going to happen right now is this guy is going to take as many logs as this guy can carry. Actually, this guy's going to take as many logs as he can toss onto you, and he's going to drop them in there. You're going to take a lot of logs. How are we doing? You're overloaded, but you can walk. So we're going to keep on doing this thing. Oh, the flute. Right. Do not need you sticks. I do not need you straws. What I do need is more logs. I also need more planks, but we're not there yet. I also need more stone. 96 stone. Oh my goodness. That's not even close to the amount that we need. Alrighty, where are we at? You're at 109. Are you out of your mind? That's going to be pretty good. Now, what we do next, we have loaded our donkey. Our donkey is almost overloaded. Our donkey is carrying too much. Well, now I'm carrying too much. Now, let's get on here and ride. We're both overloaded. Yeah, I mean, right? Like, we're vastly over capacity. But you know what we can do? We can still move, and that's the important thing. So with that, we're going to book it across here, and we're going to do some building. When I get off of the donkey, obviously, I'll just barely be able to wander. And we'll have it be there. Stones, stones, stones. And then that. Here we go. And stones and logs, stones and logs, stones and logs, stones and logs, stones and logs. Nope, out of stones. Let's get stones. And we'll get stones. Stones, 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 stones. Wait a minute. Stones. Now the next thing we'll need is planks. So, with the planks, I don't have the planks is the problem. And we'll have to get that going in just a bit. But let's just at least get to this spot where we'll get this all set up here. And then we'll finish up. Do I still have stones in my inventory? I don't know. There we go. That's it. And I think what we'll do here is the rest of what's going to happen. Ooh, why did I double click that? You silly, silly fool. Okay, that being the case, I will get the logs out of here and we will go here. And we will head over to this one and we'll put some logs in there. Now, that is going to require me to do some editing on this. And with that, I think there's enough going here. There's enough that's happened that what I'll do is off camera before the end of the season, I will finish up a lot of these items. We're going to change some of those. I think we'll just do a regular wall there to balance it out. And we'll go here with that. We're going to switch these over. And the rest of what's going to happen here is a whole lot of me just adding planks and running back and forth. Probably not the most exciting thing in the world. So what I'm going to do is off-camera work. I thank you for joining me. I'm grateful to have you here, and I hope you enjoyed. And please do, we'll see you next time around. So please do join in next time. Take care.